Well then, the long way round. Stick around too. Hello there YouTube and welcome. I am Davros and I am a Whovian. So, today's video is slightly different to what I usually put up. Of course, I thought I would just give the Who reviews and a Who theory video a little bit of a rest this week. Well, I'm still going to do them, but I just wanted to do this video that's slightly different. So, I thought I would, do a bit of ranking videos as well. And I thought, why not rank up the best Doctor Who timeline crossover stories? You know, because when you travel in time, you're bound to run into yourself at some point. So yeah, here we go. So here is best Doctor Who timeline crossover, and this is going to be including the celebration specials, and episodes where they coincidentally beat and that. Okay, so let's do it. So at number 7, it is Dimensions in Time 1993, the 30th anniversary and the Children in Need special. So, 1993, Doctor Who had been off air for at least 4 years, but we got a 30th celebration treat with the Doctors, the remaining Doctors, crossing paths with EastEnders, and it was set in the year 2013, and which is funny because we've been there, done that. But yeah, it was a fun Children in Need special. It had all the remaining Doctors in there except for Hartnell and Troughton, because we all know that they were dead by then, and yeah, but still it was great to see Tom Baker come back as an alternate version of his Doctor where he'd yet to regenerate. John Pertwee even came back as well, and I think this was the last on-screen appearance where he was the Doctor, and that, which because he died 3 years later, which is unfortunate, but still it has Colin Baker, Peter Davison and Sylvester McCoy back as well. Colin Baker's hair's receding in it, and Peter Davison's got a bit bulkier and that, but still good. I thought it was okay. Okay, number 6, it is Time Crash, the 2007 Children in Need minisode. So pretty much taking off after series 3 ended, where Martha exits the TARDIS. Turns out there were time froze for a split second. I mean, it was a split second for us, but then for the Doctor, it wasn't. We got to see what happened in that split second that freezed in time, and the two TARDISes collided. This was written by, at the time, future showrunner Stephen Moffat, and it got Peter Davison as the 5th Doctor, and I loved this one. I loved how there was an explanation for why the 5th Doctor looked so old and different, and that, and it was a great minisode, and for me it was the first time in my life that I remember seeing two Doctors cross over in timelines, and of course it is an iconic moment for any Doctor Who fan. So yeah, I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I loved it. Okay, number 5. So top 5 now, and at number 5 it is The Three Doctors, the 1973 10th anniversary special, where Hartnell, Troughton and Pertwee all came together to celebrate 10 years of the show. And also, yeah, bring them together, and I thought this was a brilliant serial. It wasn't a special episode as one, it was a 4-part serial where the Doctors had to stop Omega on the other side of the black hole. Patrick Troughton, he was brilliant in this, acting as if he popped off set for 2 seconds. William Hartnell, God rest his soul, he even made the effort to be there. I mean, he couldn't be there in person because he was still very ill at the time. But yeah, he came into it, I mean, he was stuck in time, but still, it was good to see him. And he also had that iconic line, "So you're my replacements, a dandy and a clown." Yeah, that's a good one. That. Number 4, it is The Five Doctors, the 20th anniversary special. So 2 decades had gone by since Doctor Who aired, and we were treated to the 5 Doctors clashing. William Hartnell wasn't alive then because he died in 1975, which was unfortunate, but he was replaced by Richard Herndl, and yeah, he was good as the Doctor, but I don't think he looked very much like the first Doctor. But I guess we had to have someone fill in that void, and he even said that line, I'm the Doctor, the original, you might say. So I guess that was okay enough. And even David Bradley used that line. I think David Bradley was a better first Doctor than Herndl. Okay, and also Tom Baker, he had a cameo in it because he dropped out of doing it. He didn't want to do it, which was a shame. But he did make a cameo in it from some footage from Sharda that they used. That was never aired. They used that footage from Sharda to have him in it. So, yeah. And then his Doctor was frozen in time and what have you and that. Okay, so number 3, it is The Two Doctors. This isn't a special or anything. This is just a serial where Colin Baker's 6th Doctor and Patrick Troughton's 2nd Doctor cross paths. And what I like about this is there's no rig in time, there's no crack or anything. It is just a simple and genuine crossover, which I thought was brilliant. The 6th Doctor did say, when you travel in time, you're bound to run into yourself at some point, and that is what happened. And I thought that was fantastic. I loved that serial. This was also the last time Patrick Troughton probably played the Doctor on screen, because he died about 2 years later. But still, Patrick Troughton, the only thing that had changed on him was his grey hair. Other than that, he was brilliant. He managed to keep that character alive. And they even got Fraser Hines, who'd not aged much. It was good to see him in it, though. And Perry Brown, lovely as always. And that. Even had the Centaurans in it. So that was number 3. Now to our bottom 2. Okay, so the final 2 are, number 2 is Twice Upon a Time, the 2011 Christmas, not 2011, 2017 Christmas special, where Peter Capaldi gives us one last performance as his 12th Doctor, and we cross paths with the 1st Doctor, only in this it's David Bradley playing the 1st Doctor, and I have to say he played it a lot better. And I also like the CGI work they did with William Hartnell, how he morphed into David Bradley, and how they explained, you're halfway into regenerating and all that. But yeah, I like this. I like the story because, for starters, it was an hour long, and also they didn't really drag it out much, and this one didn't really feature any universal villains that wanted to destroy all of time and everything. We had old Rusty, we found out what happened to him after series 8. Yeah, the 12th Doctor gave us a great final speech accepting his fate and that, after making his decision to regenerate. And also the 1st Doctor also made that decision to change, and of course he was going to find out the long way round if the 12th Doctor was ready. For us, it wasn't really the long way around because we got to find out what happened after. I loved how it tied in with the 10th planet. I thought that was absolutely genius, you know, and yeah, what did happen to the Doctor in that briefer moment when he left Antarctica and that in the TARDIS and stuff. So yeah, I thought that was a good touch there, and also I thought, you know, it was Stephen Moffat's last time running the show, and yeah, you know, even though you probably outstayed it a bit, he gave us one last good story, I think, and I loved that one, you know, with Bill, and I loved the cameo from Nardole, you know, 'cause I really wanted to see him again, to find out what happens and stuff. But yeah, number 2, Twice Upon a Time. So, number 1, and I think we all know what it is. Number 1, it is The Day of the Doctor, the 50th anniversary special. Now, you know, we had the name of the Doctor that kicked off, that was only just the start of the 50th anniversary celebrations. We also had The Night of the Doctor, a mini-sode prequel where the 8th Doctor got his long-deserved regeneration. And then we had the 50th anniversary special. And this had a return from David Tennant's Doctor. We also got John Hurt as the War Doctor, a lost incarnation of the Doctor that we never saw. And I loved how this ties all the loose ends together. How on who is the bad wolf, the whole Time War, the question that was answered, which Doctor fought in the Time War, the 9th or the 8th. We now know it was neither. It was the War Doctor, played by the late great John Hurt. And we also got brief brief appearances from every single Doctor in that episode, and I thought that was brilliant, and I really enjoyed this episode. It was about an hour and a half long. Also, Tom Baker made a brilliant cameo as the Curator, and although he wasn't really the Doctor, he was just a cameo as a Curator, I thought to myself I could still see that 4th Doctor in there, and I thought, when 4 met 11. Yeah, I like the episode a lot. Also, the thing I remember as well from 2013 in Doctor Who is we were treated to 3 regenerations, the 8th Doctor, the 11th, the War Doctor and the 11th Doctor. I also liked how watching the War Doctor regenerate into Christopher Eccleston, although it abruptly ended whilst he was starting to change, but we all know that was the 9th Doctor coming out of them beams. It's a shame Christopher Eccleston couldn't just take a few hours of his time to briefly appear in it and that, but I have seen extended fan videos of the War Doctor's regeneration, so yeah, that's it. All of the timeline crossover stories ranked. Let me know what your favourite is down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All my social media links are down below, linked down below. So yeah, until next time, run for your life.